for 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sunday morning. It's quiet. Not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. The Mercado is sponsoring us. Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock. I am Jay Foreman. To my right is Kenny Wilhite. Austin Orman, who you can't see. AO on the ones and twos is making us sound good, at least, while we kind of get going on this Monday. It's after Spring Ball Monday. Aaron Rodgers got traded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that driving over here. I'm like, Jake Foreman going to be all over this one.
Yeah, because guess what, though? They said earlier this morning that if it didn't get done this week, then it was off, right? And essentially they got it from Woody Johnson. Magically, how that worked. The 4 days before the draft. Magic, how that works, right? Put the little pressure up there to Green Bay. Probably the same deal they had 5 weeks ago. But let's revisit this. Now, to revisit the texter, unknown texter, 5259. So that means you Ray Lewis and Jack Ham. I ain't bored. Listen here, man. I just know football, man. This don't get me excited, dog. You know what I'm saying? I've been here before.
What?
I've seen this before. 52-59, Ray Lewis and Jack Ham. So that means you're Ray Lewis. Who else was 59 linebacker? Who else was good? 59. Jimmy Williams up there for Detroit.
Yep.
So you Aaron Penland and Jimmy Williams. I bet you don't know who Aaron Penland is. And I bet you're too young since you said pick up the enthusiasm you're bored. You definitely don't know who Jimmy Williams is. Because if you know who Jimmy Williams is, you know that he's one of the baddest dudes to step foot on campus. Period.
Yep.
And that's right up there with Broderick Thomas.
Yep.
That's right up there with anybody else on the Jimmy Williams was that dude. Period. Now we're on, right?
I'll give you two more. London Fletcher and Luke Kuechly.
There it is. Yeah. And London Fletcher, tackle machine.
Yep.
And you know what's funny? London Fletcher.
You told me that. Was
a basketball player. Went to John Carroll or whatever on a basketball scholarship. If you seen him right now, my man is like a little ice box. And homeboy could be the tackle machine. But we're back into after spring game, Matt Rule spring game, afterthoughts, takes, hot or cold takes. Kenny, what's your I always say your first answer, your first kind of answer is always the realest. What's your instant, I guess, report on spring ball?
Well, I can't really give you a report because I didn't watch it. The spring game, that is.
Right.
I've heard lots and seen lots of things. I know there was a lot of turnovers on the offensive side of the ball, so that's got to get cleaned up.
Right.
And then, but like I said, it's just a snapshot.
Right.
You know, there's still lots of work to get done.
Yeah.
You got this month, right?
Yeah.
Which is the end of April.
Yep.
You got May, June, July.
That's
to get it fixed.
So
that's 3 months. May, June, July. That's
May,
3
June,
months.
July.
You got 3 months to get it fixed.
Because half of July, you already kind of tapering down, getting ready for fall camp. Because the fall camp usually starts when, Kenny? Is it August? Because game's August 30th.
30th.
Yes.
At Minnesota.
So you only can be there in camp for what, 3 weeks? Right?
You have so many practices in
Right.
so many days.
So it's probably just say like
So you count
August,
down, you count back from the first game. So
30.
you count back from your first game.
Probably like August
6th.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got
3
months and a week.
You got 3 months
to get it right.
To get it right.
Right.
And then there's going to be some attrition. You know, you still got to get that roster cut down. But you know, just from seeing and hearing, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Right.
So, you know, you can get excited, or you can say there's still a lot of work to be done. I'm not going to get excited yet until that ball's kicked off come end of August.
Right.
You know what I mean? So again, I'm sure the guys have worked their tails off. Not only the players but the coaching staff to put on a good show for the fans. I mean, was it 66,000 fans supposedly?
Yeah, almost 67.
You know, Nebraska fans going to show up regardless. This is their team, so they treasure, you know, every moment they can.
Right.
And so again, I didn't watch it because I was back home with my daughter and my grandson celebrating his birthday. But just some stories I've heard.
Right.
There's still a lot of work to be done. There's some good things and some bad things.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, you know, I'm right on there with you. There's probably, you know, I guess after spring ball, I mean, you know, in the best of the world, you'd like to hire a new coach, and it's just like, yeah, you know, this is 8 to 10 wins.
You can't say that.
You're right. You'd like that.
You would like
everybody in this whole state be like, yeah, this be rejoice, right? But yes. I think that it's not a bad thing to have some work to do, as long as you know what you have to work on, who needs to work on it, and then are they willing to do it, and then are you willing to kind of go hand in hand with them?
Yes.
And so if you and from all things that I'm hearing, that's what, if you're going to be here, we working.
Yes.
So then you just can assume that there will be, you know, at least some sort of tangible improvement. So I think that's good. And now obviously the fumbles and stuff like that, the fumbles, the ball on the ground, regardless whether it's drops, fumbles, that it doesn't matter who the coach is.
No.
I don't care if you're down in Tuscaloosa. I don't care if you're in Clemson. I don't care if you're up in Ann Arbor, Columbus, Ohio, LA with USC. It doesn't really matter. That is not something that any coach wants to see.
Nope.
So that needs to be tightened up. And that also has to go towards the individual as well. Are you careless? There was one fumble, I think, where I think number 17, Han had it, and his ball security was off. Like one hand was on top of it, the other one was like this. Like that face is what I looked at. That face of Kenny had, it was like, ugh, you know, it was like the bitter beer face. You know, for you people out there, if you can imagine when you were in college, you go to a kegger and they had the beer outside hot, and you're the last person to go fill your cup, and you're like, ooh, that's what it was like with that type of ball security. Those things need to be cleared up, because we know from the little glimpses that they've seen at practice, they've been working on those fundamentals. And that's what I used to always talk about, especially when people talk about special teams, when Bill Bush was taking over and someone Dawson was there. They're doing the right things. Now, if you get a guy, everybody's supposed to go left and you kick it right, that ain't the coach's fault.
That ain't the coach's fault. That is not on the coach.
That's a personal choice for you to kick it over there where nobody's at, and then dudes run down the sideline. So these are the things that you can control. These are the things that, as you can kind of get used to being in a big moment. And this is also what you have to take into account, which is, I think, was good that Matt Rule, I wouldn't say made it a priority to go out there and play football.
Yes.
So everybody's live, everybody's hitting, and it's different to go out there in front of 66,000 people when you're actually in a true hard-nosed, I call it white knuckle competition.
Yep.
That means us three are in there vying for one spot. And us three had been in there all one spot, and then going out there and performing in front of 66,000 people with new coaches that nobody's comfortable with. Even the new guys ain't comfortable with him. They might know him. They might know him because they've called him for a year. I'm assuming you recruit kids for 2 years, but you really don't know what it's like to be coached by them. Because let's be honest, when you go on a visit, they on their best behavior.
Oh yeah. So
now these guys are getting coached, and you're out here trying to perform. So I think it's good, though, in the sense of you threw them out there in the fire, right? See who can sink or swim. Now we're going to try to throw you some life preservers, but we're still going to teach you how to swim as we get closer to shore. And closer to shore is August 30th, Thursday night up in Minneapolis. And so you saw how some people react. I liked it, that you had to go out there and play. It's not only the balls on the ground, it was tackling, it was lane integrity as far as, who's setting the edge,
Yep.
who's the inside setting the edge, who's the alley player, who can get off blocks, who can finish and sack a quarterback. Saw a really good play by Jeff Sims where he reversed out. It's the Russell Wilson move where he reversed out, and then he looked the pass, ran it. So there's positives there. I think there's more positives than negatives. But we got the negatives, I think, are etched in out there because we've had coaches. Okay, this is even before Frost, right? And I'm even going to go when Adrian Martinez and Bo Pelini are there. Ball security wasn't an emphasis. You get, especially with that, right? Because there's a high risk, high reward. The RPO, what people don't understand, RPO is a high risk, high reward offense. You better have an extremely good ball handler.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when Urban Meyer talked about Tim Tebow, he's like, Tim Tebow couldn't play basketball in the league. But I went and watched him play 4 times play basketball because he wanted to see how he can handle and make decisions. Yeah, okay. I love Tommy Frazier. Okay. He's the best quarterback in Nebraska school history. Heisman, they're not, right? Eddie George shouldn't have won it. Let's be honest. Okay. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay. Can't play basketball in the league. Okay. I love T. Frazier. He'll tell you he could play, but he couldn't play basketball with plum.
He could jump out the gym though.
Okay.
Did take
Kenny,
off.
we didn't say jump. Okay. We're saying play basketball.
Play basketball. I know.
He couldn't play basketball with a plum nickel. But what he could do is run point and make phenomenal, quick decisions and anticipate. Right? So the ball handling that he's getting by playing high school basketball and playing over there in the rec with us, if you can make an option pass with a basketball, just say it, right? There's no different than option pass kicking it out one-handed, right? As somebody's, trying to double team you or whatever. Football is secondary. So that's the thing that, before. But I do think that the emphasis is there. And so you're going to, I think you're going to start to see, that going to be a huge emphasis. And it's a good teaching tape as well. That's why I wanted to ask you, Kenny, as a coach, staff, after this, right? Now when we played, it was the third scrimmage,
mm-hmm.
right? That was the one that was the longest staff meeting. This group, every practice, every scrimmage is a long meeting because you're learning the players, learning yourself, learning continuity of the staff. Talk about how important it is to really dissect each player, each kind of situation, during the spring game, to come out with positive, negatives, and a game plan to say, okay, as we move forward, this is what so-and-so needs to get better on, but this is what we need to get better on as a team.
It's very important. And I said that last Thursday, all the compliments that people were getting up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
You hadn't had fans in the stands. You just been doing that with the team and a couple of coaches, high school coaches, recruits, and so forth. How are you going to perform when there's people sitting in the stands?
Right.
So, like I said, some guys fumble their opportunities away. Pretty right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So
you better recover that bad boy.
Some people can't perform when the stage is bright. Now, again, that's like you said. Now, as a staff, you have to sit down and dissect that film.
Right.
Especially when you have to get your roster down.
Right. And
it has to be dissected. Not only that film, but
all of them.
Every practice leading up to Saturday has to be dissected because you have to get your roster cut down. But so it's very important to go back and watch that film, critique it. Then there's a lot of positives that came from the film.
Yeah, a ton of it.
So you can correct some of the negatives by doing ball security stuff, by doing, you know what I'm saying? So, but the blocking and tackling hasn't changed in football, period.
Right.
Since it was been
since it was invented. Yeah.
So
running, blocking, and tackling.
Blocking, and tackling hasn't changed. So now you have to see who's willing to do that.
Right.
Who can do it. And then the ones that can't, you gotta that look up.
Yeah, that's
that look you giving me.
Yeah. So see, that's what I'm saying. Them the conversations I done been in had. But you said no. So we're gonna dive in it. We're gonna keep on that, man, because defensively, with the 3-3-5, I thought obviously, look, Luke Reimer was out. Ty Robinson didn't play. Nick is still coming back, right? I thought without the three pretty much mainstays, right? The three guys that are known in the front seven, the three bell cows are gone. I felt like the defense did some good things, right? You saw a lot of guys play, a lot of young guys play. I think that's good, and a lot of young guys perform well.
That's good for them,
yeah,
because now you get more opportunities,
right? And so now, if I was a vet just kicking it, thought I was secure. Okay, you say you fumble your opportunity if you don't take advantage of it, because there's plenty of opportunity out there. But I think when you have young guys, whether it's Prince, was it Linhart? Noonan made a couple plays. Even Rollins at defensive end made some. I mean, for him being there a week, he ain't look out of place. Now that either tells you everybody else gonna play dead, or he's actually really good. But I'm gonna look at it as he manned the transition pretty well. He did. I mean, it was legit when Tony White was saying he doesn't look out of place. He didn't look out of place. But when you have those young guys playing, I think it's really, really good, because it's telling you, it's actually showing you tangible that your recruiting is actually on. These guys that you're looking at actually can play. So when everybody thought like you went and got Prince, from Houston, kind of under the radar, a lot of potential. Boy, he's been here through winter conditioning. Now you see the length. Now you see the things, the attributes that Munson and all the the recruiting guys talk about, the closing speed, right? It's for real. Now, does that mean that all of a sudden these guys are going to be, T.J. Watt and Grant Wishner? No, but what it is, everybody like that.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen enough.
Yeah, you sound like everybody else.
Again, you have to go back and watch. Okay, so you got
to watch. That's what I was just about to say. You got to watch everything.
So, is he going up against the number one offense or defensive player? Is he going up against the threes or the fours? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that has to be taken into consideration too. So, but again, it's over. Everybody can break it down and dissect it for another week, but then it's time to move on. You got to get back to the grind.
Yeah, I mean, there's no time rest for the weary, and there's no time to feel like you've made it, because there's going to be some text messages, and the text messages I think will be like, "Hey, man, been great being your teammate, but they told me it ain't gonna work out for me." I mean, if it was me, if it was and I only can equate it being a rookie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you're waiting around after the very last. I want to know early.
Yep.
Not that I want to move on so quick, but I do want to move on quick, and especially if I've laid it all on the line and it played well, I feel more secure moving on. I don't want to be kind of like in the gray area.
No, you don't want to be in the gray.
First of all,
because that window closing
Saturday,
it closes
this Saturday.
Yeah. So you don't want to be, because you get, is it 24 or 48 hours before it's official that you're in the portal? So
right. Well, the thing is,
you can't wait till Friday to go in the portal.
The thing about this is, it's like at the end of training camp cuts. They know about 85, 90%.
Yep.
Okay. That 10% is somebody really showed something this last couple of weeks, and then you got to make some decisions, or a recruitment or possible transfer portal thing fell through. Okay. Then we got to come back and look. 90%. Let's deliver 90% of the news. And look, it is what it is when you take a new job. You brought in 39 guys. You got to get down to 85. We need to get down to 85. It's business as usual. Let's not, all that. But it's a good first segment. We're going to dive into these numbers. We're going to dive into position groups, in particular this tight end group. We're going to talk about the tight end group, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a bold statement. I'm going to see if you're going to back me up or tell me I'm on the wacky devacky. So we most likely probably say wacky devacky. Right. So when we come back, old school, I'm making a bold statement about the tight end room. We'll be right back after this short break.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life. Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, custom welding for aluminum and stainless and media blasting of all sorts. Yes, great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, man. Them dudes from Detroit, the Detroit and the Washington Commanders and football players that got suspended, they just listen to me. I'll just lead them right way. The part of the reason why they got suspended, they was betting on football games and they probably lost. They're like, man, you can't even break the rules right.
And they was doing it inside the facility.
That's right. See, they ain't got no smarts. See, Kenny, we talking right now. Me and Kenny had a discussion. We're gonna talk about it in a short segment at the bottom of the hour about Golden State Warriors.
I owe my man Jay a burger.
He doubted the championship mentality. Now, I was on pins and needles when Steph had an outer body experience, and I've done that before as a coach. I accidentally called a timeout we had one. I was like, "Oh, we lost the game."
Kerr was like, "No, we don't have one."
Yeah, that's hey, listen.
Even the best
make
mistakes. So
make mistakes and get caught up in the moment. You know, sometimes the moment's too big, and you do it down your leg.
But his team stepped up.
And
they got it done.
They 2-2. But back to this post spring game wrap up evaluation. One of I think the big, I think the big room that doesn't get it's getting enough run, but can be crucial to the success of not only the offense but the team. I feel is the tight end room. And you have two former number one recruits coming out of high school at their position, Thomas Fedoni and Eric Gilbert. And then you have, a lot of guys that were moved to the positions, right? Where you're thinking of Jake Applegate, who's a phenomenal athlete from here in, Lincoln Southeast. And you got Bonner, who's kind of, I envision more like an H-back kind of do-it-all.
H-back do-it-all.
Right? And then you had A.J. Rollins, but now he's playing like kind of a defensive end. You had James Carney, who was a scholarship tight end, went into the portal. And so you have depth issues, but I'm telling you right now, this is the bold statement. Then we're going to get into the two guys that we mentioned before. I'm just telling you, Nebraska fans, as of right now, today, April 24th at 4:35 p.m., you need to come to terms with this right here. Okay, close your eyes tonight. When you're at it, just rest your head, meditate, and come to terms with this. Nate Borkacher is our best tight end. Say it with me again. Nate Borkacher is our best tight end.
Former what?
Walk-on.
Walk-on.
Oh, he still is a walk-on.
Well, he still is a walk-on.
Nate Borkacher is our best tight end. I like even numbers, so I'm going to say it again for the fourth time. Nate Borkacher is our best tight end. Now, here's why. He's a really good, and he has the most recent experience.
Yes.
In the Big Ten.
Yep.
Okay. That doesn't mean by this statement that Thomas Fedoni can surpass him pretty easily. That doesn't mean Eric Gilbert can't do the same. That doesn't mean all three of them won't have great years in their own form or fashion. I am talking about today. He's our best tight end.
Another guy that was making mass improvement, last year was another walk-on kid, Luke Lindenmeyer. Beck loved him. Watch him practice and his demeanor.
Yeah,
he was like a professional every day. So I'm willing to bet you he's going to make some noise too.
Oh, well, he has the best number out there. He tight end number 44. I mean, we're going to talk about another 44 here. I'll tell you that turned some heads. And also, Jonathan Goodwin, from Lincoln High. Jay Good is finally healthy.
Yes.
Was out there moving well, and he's a guy that could really set the edge.
He's a he's a deceptive athlete.
Right. Deceptive athlete, but he can own the edge.
Yes.
And he's willing to do it.
Yep.
So the depth is there, right? Like small.
You have numbers.
Small to big individual
Yes.
pieces. Now we need the two big dudes, right? By name and stature.
Yep.
Right? Two good looking tight ends and Gilbert and Fedoni and Gilbert to pop or come to fruition. I think it was really good to see Fedoni get that catch really early and get tackled. Get it behind him. He looks good, looks healthy. So then, I think he can go into the off season in the fall and just continue that. Gilbert, I think, showed the canny ability to get open. Struggled a little bit catching the ball. And I'm not really worried about it because I've seen him catch the ball before as a freshman, but it was a little disappointing considering he dropped two of them. The first one was probably the worst because he jumped and catch it. Dude, you 6'5", 280, and you might be bigger than that. That's a big old boy.
Gotta lose weight.
Yeah. No, we're going to get to that. So it's going to take some time, though. Okay, it's going to take some time. But I think if they can get, I think once they get hopefully the waiver that he can play, really get him down to 265. I'm telling you, if that's 15 pounds, which for him, he's going to be running like the wind. And that big, his catch radius is big. And you get him, Fedoni keeps improving. It opens up the playbook. Nate Borkature is over there. I'm telling you, people are just like, oh, here comes 49. I'm telling you, then next thing you know, he's right behind you.
Yep.
Okay. He catches the ball with his hands. He's not afraid to catch it over the middle. Probably because you don't know no better, right?
no, that's just him.
Right.
That's
But I'm just saying, he
ain't caught one.
Right.
Yet.
He ain't got hit in the liver and make you quiver like your boy this weekend, dude, right? But let's just say he doesn't know what he doesn't know, but he's been productive ever since he's been here. And that was all the way back to when I saw him as a redshirt. And that's the conversation I remember I had with another tight end. I said, how is this dude up here when at that time Austin Allen was dinged up and Baby Gronk was dinged up? I said, this dude over here paying for his meals, just like you know what I mean? He's paying for his meals and books. Yours is free, and you over here happy.
And he out
here wrecking shop, running with the ones and twos. Where's your pride at? You know what I mean?
Saw it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I think that also is big into the tight end coach, holding these guys accountable, pushing these guys to be better. That's how you see some guys that you talked about, Lindenmeyer, Goodwin, other guys like that are going to step up in small and big pieces to where this tight end room by week 6, I think is going to be a positive. But right now, Borkature is the best. But I like that, though. If I'm the tight end coach, that's what I'm saying. If I'm the tight end coach, and he's Fedoni and you're Gilbert, I'm telling you straight up, if I had to start today, this is who I'm starting. Now, you can leave here and be mad, or you can do something about it. Or I would say continue to do something about it. The reality is, if they start a game, Fedoni will be out there. But my job is to push you. Or I might not say that I would start him because Fedoni's done everything you need him to do, right? Rule has kind of held him out, and he produced, right? So look, he would start. But I would say, look, man, some plays are getting taken here. I have to, as a coach. You're the starter. Keep outworking him. Keep improving.
Which Fedoni will do. He will do.
Yeah. This isn't even about Fedoni is going to work hard.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed. But it's more about Borkature, though, that I'm talking about.
He's going to continue to work hard.
And he's going to continue to work hard.
He's a goofy dude now.
I know he is.
He
ain't had a bad day in his life.
No, he's always smiling.
Yeah, but he's not just happy to be there. He's happy to play football.
He loves the game.
And that's the thing.
He loves the game.
The next position group we're going to talk about, because I got an interesting hot take on that, because I'm coming in hot, okay? I'm coming in hot, okay? Look, man, people can spink their muscle gets tight. I like Deion said, it ain't hard to find. Listen here, man. I understand people worry about Deion. Okay, listen.
They worry about the wrong thing.
They worry about the wrong thing.
That's all the way in another
face
state.
The facts, man.
Yeah.
Deion too much for Nebraska. As much as they don't like Deion, they know they wanted a little bit of Deion because they need a little bit of spice, a little cayenne pepper in their life. But now we're going to go to the running back room. Hold on. I like the whole running back room.
Yes.
Okay, I like the whole running back room. I think Grant, after missing the first practice or two, obviously he done some good things to be starting. I think he did his thing. He's a good back.
He's a really
and
good
his
back.
pass protection on the blitz pickup.
He don't know no better.
He don't know.
That's
but
him. That's what you
that's
want.
letting
though.
you know that he's buying into whatever the coach is telling him.
Yep.
Gabe Irvin and Ramir did their thing. I'm talking about A.J. Allen. Okay, because here's my sense on A.J. Allen. Okay, then this is from a former running back all the way up until I saw Lawrence Phillips and those guys were here, right? And then, AG was just up in here. I mean, look at AG's guns coming out of high school. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Amp League, you AG. Okay. I'm your sidekick, homie.
Mm-hmm.
You can get started. I gotta catch it out of the backfield. But when I talked to my dad and my uncle, right, and they are Nebraska. I mean, my dad's obviously Hurricane through and through. Same with my uncle, by the way, the Cincinnati Bearcats. But they love Nebraska football, and they watched the spring game, and then we all had the same conclusion. A.J. Allen's running like he got something on his mind.
But he did that as a freshman. He did that when he first came through the door.
No. He ran with reckless abandon when he was a freshman. Now he's running like somebody's in his head.
Oh,
like something's on his mind. Like yeah. So, and I always say this, and I don't like pulling the former player card. I've played linebacker like that before, running and kind of second guessing yourself, thinking about things like and it's weird. People always wonder like what's going through your mind. Sometimes if you got some stuff going on as you're going to make a hit, you got things going on that ain't football related, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I mean, Greg Williams, man, I had to walk over. He was the head coach of Buffalo. I said, look, bro, me, you, and Jerry Gray, we got to come to some sort of kind of qualm or something. If not, don't let the light skin fool you because I'm about to just blow the top off here in Buffalo. And we hashed it out. And then my play took off. With A.J. Allen, I know there was some stuff going on. The video that was put out, I didn't really particularly like. But I'm telling you, deep down, he's a great kid.
Yes.
Okay. And he's a next level talent.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you got to kind of pull them along outside of the running back room to get the most out of them. Sometimes a player like A.J. Allen that was heavily recruited by Mickey Joseph that chose to stay is a little bit on uneasy ground, no matter how talented he is. And watching that's what I see. That's the hot take. And it's only what these eyes can see, and from experience, you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
My dad saw it watching. It's the same thing we've seen on TV because he's too good to be running a second guessing himself. He's only second guessing himself because he's either trying to play too perfect or he's got to get that oomph into him to give him that drive.
Coming back from injury.
But that clavicle injury ain't stopping them legs in the way he sees that hole. Because I get all that. They already been hit though.
He's ran through that gauntlet.
He already been hit.
He's been hit.
Austin, it's a way that you play that you're letting loose at like 90% instead of going at 100%, and you can't really see it from the naked eye because for him, he's too good to be doing that. That's the dude I'm talking to Monday morning. Me and you need to meet Monday morning because my job, the best thing that I could do is get the best out of you. First of all, you're going to be better for it, and everybody else is going to have to get to your
mm-hmm.
level. But what you need to do now is get on the same work level as Ramir and Gabe
and
AG and Johnson, Emmett Johnson as well. He did some good things. So you got 5 guys in there now. The touching the rock and who's hot and stuff that'll take care of itself. It really will. You know what I'm saying? A.J. Allen is a different dude though. Am I correct in that assessment?
Talent-wise, oh yeah.
Okay.
Talent-wise, he's got it all. He's
right.
Talent-wise,
right.
I've seen him make some cuts and get vertical. I'm like, oof.
Right.
So, like you said, he may have had some things on his mind going into that game, and then during the game, he just couldn't put it aside. I mean, some guys can do it, some guys can't. He couldn't.
It's not easy.
It's not.
I've been. Hey, look, my NFL life was online. I was playing like it, bro. Okay. Then finally, I just went up in there Monday morning at 6:39. I forget. I sat in that parking lot for an hour. Didn't even sleep the night before. I said, I'm going up in there. Sat in there for an hour. Then finally, I just said, bump it. You know what I was listening to? Master P, Bout It. Turned it off. I was in.
I thought you was gonna say some NWA, but you said Master P.
I played Public Enemy Fight the Power.
Don't do that.
I did.
That's the last
that's what
thing.
it was because it was Greg Williams, and I had to have that type of mindset. I was Terminator X when I went in there.
Public Enemy is the last thing you need to listen to.
If I would have listened to the last thing, I probably would have headbutted Greg Williams.
That's what I'm talking about. Public Enemy. I don't know if you know Public Enemy, Austin, but that's the last thing you need to listen to. When you having thoughts in your head, you don't.
That's the last one.
You don't want to listen to Public Enemy.
Yeah, man. Good segment. We're in the next hour. We're going to jump into the defense and different position groups. At the bottom, the next segment here, the short one will be a couple minutes. We're just going to give our thoughts on my man Aaron going to the Big Apple. He's out of darkness.
Green Bay got to steal.
Boy, they hit him over the head.
Jets fell for that.
That's it. You know what that's called?
For the banana in the tailpipe.
And they called the Hoboken Hustle. Just with that right there. Jay Foreman, Austin, Kenny Wilhite. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Experience cool blue waters right in your backyard. All in-stock above-ground swimming pools at Bonsall Pool and Spa are now 50% off. This offer is good through the end of May or until supplies run out. Our stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new pool now. And don't forget to stock up for the season with our spring chemical sale for any new or existing pool. Learn more at bonsallpool.com or visit us at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
It was one of my biggest honors to be able to take a picture with two of my best coaches that I will always remember for the rest of my life, Coach Solich and Coach Osborne. The fact that we honor Coach Solich by naming the locker room after him, the atmosphere was amazing. For us to honor Coach Solich as a player, as a coach, as an assistant coach, and as a head coach, whoever made that decision, whether that was Trev, they got to take my hat off to them. They're paying homage to the people who paved the way.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Despite an increase in cloud cover, we should see a beautiful afternoon with a high of around 68. Winds a little breezy out of the south at around 15 to 20. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of around 41. Will be slightly cooler tomorrow. Still breezy. Southeast winds gusting over 20 with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Old school, we are back. Short segment. Catching up on time, man. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite. Got about 2 minutes here. The big NFL news of the weekend, or not the weekend, the start of the week on Monday is Aaron is officially a New York Jet. So the press conference will be pretty soon. Wonder if he's going to have shoes on and show off his toes. But Kenny, I want to know what your first initial thought of the package that the Jets gave up for Aaron. Was it desperation? Did they get Hoboken hustled, banana in the tailpipe, or is it worth it?
Like you said, it was all of the above. Hoboken hustle.
Right.
They fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. What they got for he maybe is going to play a year and a half.
Not even for a year. If things don't go right, I guarantee he's going right back to darkness.
Yes. So they sold themselves, and hopefully it pays off for them. But I mean,
I would have.
It's been 2 months.
It seemed like it. It just seemed like it's been they had been talking about him going to the Jets since last season during the season.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
it just seems like ever since it became official that Green Bay said they didn't want him back. That it should have. I don't know why it took so long, but my thoughts are. I feel like the Jets, just from the outside looking in, is desperation. They still get the first round pick this year, and a 5th round pick they get from Green Bay. They just kind of flipped 13 to 15. The thing I didn't, and then they gave up a 2nd. That's not a big deal. The thing I didn't like was it was 2025, or it's contingent on him playing 65% of the play. He's going to play 65% of the plays. It's Aaron Rodgers in the quick passing game, which essentially will go up to a 1st round pick. That's when he might most likely be retired, unless they've had talks with him and said, I need at least 2 years for you. I would not trade for Aaron Rodgers unless I have contingency in his contract that once he's a New York Jet that he plays 2 years. If you only play one, then I need some money back, or everything's going to be by game basis. I need a 2-year commitment, because what you're giving up is the possibility in the next 2 years to draft a quarterback, because Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to go through that again, right? And if he's in one more year, if he's having a good first year and he's having a good second year in the mid, then you can get him for another year. Because I still think with his mind and his arm, he has a ton of years left. I just wouldn't have made it contingent a first-round pick potentially.
No.
Because you feel like if you only get a year with Aaron Rodgers, it's worth it because it's better than anybody you got, right?
True.
And then also the thing that the Jets didn't take into consideration, Zach Wilson is garbage. Okay. He's garbage. So now he's not a tradable asset, right? He's not tradable because nobody wants him just because of all the other stuff. And then now you're stuck with him and a salary cap situation. So even in 2024 or whenever that contingent second first round pick based on playing time comes to fruition, now you're handicapped to where you can't draft another quarterback, because now you got salary cap issues with Aaron Rodgers and or Wilson. And if you tried to trade Zach Wilson to who knows,
to the Colts,
to anybody, I mean, nobody wants him.
I know.
But even if you tried to trade him to somebody that feels like they could rehab him, you drafted him number 2 or 3, and you're going to get maybe a 7th round pick for him. You might as well keep him and just send him home like Houston did with Deshaun.
I like your Trey Lance idea better.
Did you?
Maybe not a whole lot better, but
you think that's going to get done?
No.
You don't think it's
now that CJ Stroud's fallen to 4.
That's what I saw yesterday. CJ Stroud.
The Colts cannot afford to try to trade for Trey Lance. Trey Lance needs to go somewhere like Seattle or somewhere where he can mature in a year or two, get a start. But Trey Lance's world has been flipped upside down. My last point on Trey Lance, I ain't never seen somebody 24 years old with a gray hair like that. He looked like Willie the Wino from the barbershop. Now, with that being said, that's another high take. We're going to break at the top of the hour. Me and Kenny are going to dive into defense, what we all know and love, right? We're going to talk about the defensive line. We're going to talk about the outside rushers as a part of the defensive line, linebackers in the secondary, particularly up the middle. Feel comfortable with the outside. I'll speak for that, right? With Newsome and Hartzog, I feel good with that.
Well, they moved Malcolm inside, didn't they? Or did he play corner?
He played a little bit, mostly corner when it's money time. Then we got another surprise, though. I got another hot take. What you need to become, what you need, Kenny, you need to be coming to terms with this right here, because I picked the Golden State Warriors. Trust me on this.
You did.
Trust me on this young man right here that I'm telling you within a year or two about to make some noise.
Okay.
All right. End of the first hour. Always goes by too quick. We'll be right back. Jump into some more spring ball stuff. Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Experience cool blue waters right in your backyard. All in-stock above-ground swimming pools at Bonsall Pool & Spa are now 50% off. This offer is good through the end of May or until supplies run out. Our stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new pool now. And don't forget to stock up for the season with our spring chemical sale for any new or existing pool. Learn more at bonsallpool.com or visit us at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool & Spa, every day made better.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, man. I ain't mad at it, man. Jay Foreman, Kitty Wilhite, Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese. Special ingredients and butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Go in there and ask the butcher, what's up, what you got for me today? And tell them that Jay sent you and you'll be all good. Austin, they say on this thing on the bottom of here, you need to change my Twitters. Elon Musk got me for no reason, man. I don't know what his problem was, but I wasn't a big enough celebrity. He just came and just gaffled my account. I'm Foreman 4456 now.
Huh?
He took my account, man. I don't know what his problem was, man.
No.
Yeah, man. Got a brother, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, took my profile picture off. Just got some like little mushroom head up there. But before we dive into the defensive side, people have been texting in about the Colorado Buffs having 15 guys in the portal. And it's a big deal. Well, I'm just letting you know there's going to be about 15 in the portal in Nebraska. It's a big deal because it's Deion. And it's a big deal because Deion delivered the message in public and it hasn't changed. What he's doing is letting you know where he stands. So if you come there.
Or where you stand.
Right. But he's letting you know where he stands.
Yes.
He's only going to accept people that want to be here, that are good enough, and have shown that they want to continue to be here to be a part of the team. Not everybody that Deion brings in there or any school brings in the transfer portal or through recruitment in high school or JUCO is going to work out. But there's certain things and check marks that you have to have. And sometimes those guys are going in the portal because they were associated with Colorado, which this is
with
where
the previous staff.
with the previous staff, or they've done good enough while they've been here to now they can go on and maximize their opportunities everywhere else, like the receiver.
Yes.
So it's not all Deion's fault. I know people always want to do that, but there's going to be plenty. I mean, sooner or later, these names are going to be popping up. They get in the transfer portal because it's NCAA rules. We can't have 90-some people on scholarship, period. So there's at some in the portal, the vortex is closing.
The window is closing.
The window is closing come Saturday. So there's a conversation need to be had. So we're going to start on the defensive side of the ball. You know, Kenny, I wanted to ask you what you think about the new defensive line guys. Judy, right? The new, just all of it, even the young guys. Judy, Linhart, Noonan, Prince, Kai Whalen had a fumble, forced fumble in recovery. Who else did we get on D-line?
Well, Linhart, Noonan were guys that I was involved in the recruiting process, so I know that they can play the game.
Right.
Good thing for them was they got here
early
to get acclimated. So they were in the
off-season program.
Off-season program, started with the guys in the off-season program, and so they're a step ahead.
Right.
Now, I knew they can play football.
Right.
Or they wouldn't have been on our radar.
Right.
So I'm glad they decided to come in early, stick with their commitment.
Right.
Again, as freshmen, you take advantage of every opportunity you have, with your reps, and I think they got the best out of those guys, being that they were freshmen.
Right.
So I'm not surprised though.
What I know, and I feel like they're two different players.
Very, very.
Right? So just talk about their
Noonan
their
is more like a
qualities.
Garrett Nelson. I can see Noonan
high effort,
energy.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit more athletic than Garrett. Moves a little better than Garrett. So the ceiling is there.
Mm-hmm.
Linhart has some very good athletic ability, and he's put together.
Yeah,
I could see him possibly being
a three.
If
you have a good,
if he can get in the weight room and put a little bit more weight on him. So again, you say 3-3-5, but I saw 2 or 3 series, and it was 4 down.
Yeah, it's more.
So it's going to be, those guys going to be at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the other guy on the outside, in particular is MJ Sherman.
Yes.
I felt like of all the guys that came in through the transfer portal, him and Jeff Sims had the most. And I said this about Casey, said this about Trey, but Casey really last year, where they had the most tangible tape that was legit that you could evaluate and then assume what they could do. And I felt like MJ Sherman. Also, I know Jonas Jennings asked him about him extensively. 3 or 4 long conversations about him. He was excited that he was coming here so he could get an opportunity. He's just been behind the number 1 pick in the draft, a guy that's going to go first round this year, another guy that's going to go second or third round, in the first round pick for the Packers year before. It's just the numbers and it's opportunity for him. But I think with MJ Sherman, the thing I like, he shows him and Jamari Butler position flexibility.
Yes.
And they can work together. MJ Sherman was on the end. I think a little bit of head up 6 technique, maybe a tight 7, scooped inside, did a really good job, scooped inside the tight end, got his shoulder square, blew up the offensive lineman, made a tackle in the backfield. That lets you know that he knows how to play football. That's his Georgia training along with Nebraska's defense. Then you saw a guy like Jamari Butler, who has position flexibility that showed the ability to be a secondary rusher and blitzer from off the ball. Now, he got that opportunity because of the next room, the linebackers.
Yep.
The two guys that are going to soon to be starting it for sure. The two kind of inside positions were held out. Nick is coming back from injury. I think Luke just holding him out probably for some, dinged up a little bit. So it opens up a ton of opportunity for Michael Booker, for Gifford, for
Stinger,
Stinger, Buddha when he comes back.
Javen
Wright, who is kind of like I think Javen Wright is and I'm only going to say this because I just watched the Reggie Jackson thing. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's awesome. Reggie Jackson is that dude, right? He could be the straw that stirs it. Javen Wright.
Mm-hmm.
If he could get healthy, it's actually a better position for him in the previous defense.
Yep.
Because he's a legit 6'4", 6'5", can run. He's long. He will be physical. He's got to get to where he can really be a playmaker. And this defense is tailor-made for him.
Yes.
If he could just get healthy, and he had the shoulder injury, but he had some stuff before that was out of his control. I think if you could get him, that's where you could be like, okay, this defense can really, really get busy. They need more depth at that second level. Now that might have to be a Stinger. I think if he could have a decent offseason in the weight room, he could be the weak side guy.
And he will.
He will.
He could be that weak side guy and easily
be the third guy. Because he has a nose for the football. Me and Kenny talked about him offline, and I said, "Look, dude, I just saw the most dominant player in Nebraska. He did everything on offense and everything on defense. He was essentially and he played against Bellevue West, so it wasn't like he played against some chumps. And now he's here. I think he has a nose for the ball. I think he has quiet speed.
And we talked about it. Natural football player.
Right.
He's one of those.
Yeah.
He's just a puppy. He's a freshman, redshirt freshman, but he's a natural football player with good instincts. So that's really good for him
and the team. Yeah. I mean, he's a guy that can move inside. He's going to have to work his way into it, which is fine. And sometimes that's where your linebackers come from.
Mm-hmm.
They come from safety, outside linebacker to inside. And that's just the way it goes. And that's what now the onus is on him and the weight coach. And, they do a good job. It seems like they are meshing those off-season and weight programs per player to what they need to do. So really, when you look at the defensive line, I think when Ty Robinson comes back, things will be a little bit more clear. Assuming it's going to be Judy, Nash, Ty. That's the way it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you mix in the wins. Raekwon Buckley, if he gets busy.
Saw Rue out there a little bit.
Yeah, he was out there. Yeah, then you got to get him to kind of get. He's still learning from experience.
Still learning from experience.
And some of the other guys and younger guys, they got to get busy. And if they have a chance to grab somebody out of the portal, I wouldn't hesitate to do that either. Because across the lines and offensive defensive lines is huge. But I think the biggest thing that they need to do is find a way to develop some depth at the second level, in particular linebacker position, just in case, you get a little bit of injury bug, but then also just for long-term depth. So if they do that, I think they'll be A-okay, and be able to, survive. And you're going to have guys that have position flexibility, right? You're going to have guys like Stinger. You're going to have guys like Michael Booker. And you're going to have that defensive line play well in order to protect them if somebody's dinged up. And then you're going to have guys that have to have position flexibility and mental flexibility, like an MJ Sherman, which I think I've seen him do down at Georgia, and I think he can do now, and a Jamari Butler. Those two guys, I think, are mentally capable to do it, to say, okay, for 2 weeks, I need you to play middle linebacker or weak inside line, whatever it is. And I think that Coach White would be fine with that, because I think those guys on the field will make plays. And then you throw in some of the young pups. That's how you will start to, instead of rebuilding, you're reloading. Then you can kind of, project these guys. Then the safety position. I think Miles Farmer, obviously with his experience, you got to continue to work on his tackling and play injury. Tackling, play injury. Finding the ball in the pass game, I think, is natural for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he does a really good job of attacking the ball when he has a chance to intercept. him. I think Buford's kind of the wild card coming back from injury. I've heard Coach Rule say that he usually likes a full year or 18 months. Now, I know Buford. You know Buford. He's an extraordinary worker.
Yes,
he'll beat that.
He'll beat that. He'll beat that.
Now, but then the other safety position, that's where the big hole is, right? Is it Omar Brown? Is it Singleton? Is it Williams? Kane Williams? Is it Kane Williams?
Yep.
Yeah. Is it somebody that we haven't, thought of? Is it JUCO guy?
Of those three you just
it
mentioned,
might be Collier, right?
Yep.
Is he the safety from Florida? I
Omar
think?
Brown is the best to
Right.
me. He's athletic. He'll hit you.
Right.
He can make plays on the ball. Deshaun is longer.
Yeah. Linear. Yeah.
Lean longer. But Omar's a football player.
What about Gifford? Is he more of a linebacker in the box safety, or is it kind of game by game?
It's game by game with him.
Right.
He has a lot of flexibility because he's smart.
Yeah.
He can play all three.
Right.
So with him, he can be that
right
that flexible guy that if you need game by game, he can go in there and do it.
Or then I saw Sanford in there. He was probably the fastest guy on the team.
Phelan?
Yeah, Phelan. He's the fastest.
He is the fastest.
He is fast. Well, okay, you got him. So you have a little bit of flexibility.
Utility man is what I call him.
Right.
Very good on special teams, very reliable on special teams. He works his butt off.
Then you got like a guy like from Javier Morton who showed up a couple times.
Javi.
The guy that really probably is trying to figure out where he's going to fit is Kobe Bretz.
Yep.
Probably one of the best athletes
by far
on the team. Natural athlete.
Just again, injuries.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's an Omaha kid, right?
West Side.
Oh yeah, West Side. So
he's got to find out where he's at, and then you kind of get depth in the linebacker position. I didn't even mention Tommy Hill, because he's number 31. Obviously he was had a different number, so where he fits at. I mean, they got some tough conversations to have with him and some inside linebackers. With Randolph Kapai and Seth Malcolm. You know what I'm saying?
And
Makai. So they hopefully they've done enough on special teams that warrants them staying. Now, because here's why they have some sort of, I call it backdoor security of being on the team. Ain't no linebackers in that transfer portal that can play worth a plum nickel.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't there. That's what Ernest Hausman was scooped up.
Really
like a free scoop of ice cream. So that's where the defense is. I think I like some of the things they did. They're gonna continue to get better and better shape on the defense line. Like with Wynn, I think he needs to lose some. And look, man, there's no problem with that. That's just the way it is, dude. Look, at this point in time, you got to have a relationship with your coach. Say, this is what I need. This is the best for you. Gilbert, Wynn, and now the guy that I'm talking about. Okay, I'm making this. This is a hot take, but it ain't.
He said it was a hot take before he went to the last break.
It ain't a hot take, man. I'm just telling you. As I said, you need to come to terms with Borkature, okay?
Yep.
Look at your boy. I'm looking at your boy Taman Lynham.
Taman.
Okay, I didn't mention him. They got Dwight Boodle coming in early. You got some guys coming in, right? But what I'm really going to be talking about, I know you talk about Luke Lindemeyer at the tight end position, right? 6'4", 250, Papillion La Vista. But the guy that really showed up, though, he showed up first because it looked like his uniform didn't fit him, man, because he's a little slender. Okay, I don't care. First thing when I was watching the game with a couple of my boys, they're like, man, that dude looked like he don't belong out there. But then next thing you know, see 44. Another play, 44. Pass breakup, 44. He's always in the screen. And then he dump trucked somebody. He forklifted somebody, tried to one-on-one tackle, forklift him. Okay? He was making plays. It don't matter. Everybody say, oh, is he big enough for the Big Ten? You know what? Now it's the weight coach's job.
Mm-hmm.
Weight coach got them big old arms and them veins coming out. Okay, that's the dude you need to get with. Because this dude right here from Nashville, Tennessee, by the way of IMG Academy, is ready to play. Is more ready to play because of coming from IMG. He's 6'2", listed at 170. He's probably about 160, 65.
Soaking wet.
But let me tell you something. With them long arms, he like Spider-Man. Or Plastic Man. He just putting his arms out there. And he can run and he can change the direction. Now, will he start this year at, you got two pretty good corners I like. But he's a big, long corner that eventually will pay dividends. And this is giving credit to their recruitment of looking for guys that they need to develop, looking for guys that have unique position qualifications to be successful within their defense and their team. This is a young guy right there that was out there competing in his first spring game. Early enrollee, didn't look the part, but we know what looked the part was playmaking. Get in the weight room, get him up to where he's a serviceable weight, and don't hold him back. Don't say, okay, well, you need to get no. Get in the weight room while he makes plays, because he was making plays.
That's what you like to see,
right? And you can bring him along, but he makes plays because he's a guy that that you can teach him to run down on kickoff, make some plays. You can teach him to be the gunner or the hold-up guy on punt and return. You can throw him in there in games and get him a ton of experience, third, fourth game. Then as you continue to put him in the fire and foot in the fire, now you got a legitimate third or fourth corner. And while you're still holding him accountable and pushing him during the year to hit the weight room and hit certain check marks physically. But just a unique type of body type, a legit 6'2", not this 6'2" that's, coming from high school, shows up and he's 5'11" and a half. Legit 6'2", long old arms, pretty good feet for a long
longer guy,
and can get out of breaks, and he makes plays.
That's all you need,
right? This is a coach even though Coach D was the defensive coach, this is a Coach Samuel special.
Yeah,
see something in him, look at the positives, accentuate the positives, what he can do, pay some dividends.
Warfield's skinny butt.
Yeah, but Warfield was a stupid athlete. Warfield right now probably could still jump 40.
Probably. No, he plays too much golf. He can't jump like that no more. I played in this charity game. He don't jump no more.
If he has to,
he don't jump no more.
But if Warfield just got it in, he one of them dudes that just don't play basketball, and some be at the park, some little kid test him. Then next thing you know, Warfield, he ain't got no grades, but when he does get grades, he's like 60. Hey, man, this old man dunked on me. He like a folk hero in the hood. But I think for that, the offense and defense, they got some hidden gems.
Got some guys they need to get back.
Yeah.
Like Ty.
It's a big year for him.
Very big year.
It's a huge year for him.
Luke, Nick, get those guys back who has a lot of playing experience, and mix them into with the new guys and the young guys.
Yeah.
Again, you got 3 months.
I think I want to ask you about this. Coach Rule was talking about getting in their head and getting them to think different. You guys did that when you were on staff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more important than anything physically. Talk about how and we're going to talk about next segment, but just talk about before we go to break, how important that is. Believing in yourself and changing the mindset. Because there's a lot of guys on there. I could go through a list of guys I would be talking to. Ty Robinson is the first. And it'd be like, what do you want to be known as?
Yeah.
You want to be known as the guy when he walks in the room, you just assumes an NFL player, or do you want to go and be that dude? Talk about it.
You've had those conversations. I mean, the conversations have been had.
Oh, I know they've been had, but I just said talk about how important it is.
It's very important.
Because you guys did some things that all other coaching staffs watched, and it was like, man, these dudes they could just sit there and they might as well just, leave when practice is over. They ain't got no, you guys took it upon yourself to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Talk about how important it is.
I mean, those guys haven't won. So you're trying to instill in them the winning ways and the winning, walk around with confidence, yeah, you haven't won, but you don't want to keep saying you were so close. We're so close. No, you're not close, because winning and losing is losing. You know what I mean? So to have the conversation, and like you said, with a guy like Ty, what do you want to be known? What do you want your legacy in Nebraska to be? Even another example was golly, I'm drawing a blank. Garrett Nelson. He would always say, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be in Nebraska? So he took it upon himself to talk to himself,
right,
and try to talk to it
other
players. Hey, this is our team. This is what we don't. The Iowa game, that's all that was being said. We don't want to go out and say we lost to Iowa all 4 years. That was all that was being said. I don't want my legacy to be, I came to the University of Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska and couldn't beat Iowa. We didn't. We put it in their heads, but they took it upon themselves as a team and as a group to instill it in the person that was next to them.
That's huge, man. How you got to change the mentality. Speaking of changing the mentality, I ain't gonna change my mentality. I got one more hot take.
Uh-oh.
This one might be the hottest one ever because we're gonna talk about this D line. We're gonna talk about the D line, and I'm gonna tell you this one thing that I would do, but it's probably too late. There's one thing that I would do, and it would be the cure-all.
What's that?
I'm gonna tell you coming back,
All
man.
right.
Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman. I mean, you know, it's Austin and Kenny Wilhite. Jay Foreman ain't here.
Yeah, he is. He's the one
be
spitting
back.
the fire today.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Attention Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own? Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For a limited time only, book a free class or exclusive trial offer by visiting bodyfittraining.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Despite an increase in cloud cover, we should see a beautiful afternoon with a high of around 68. Winds a little breezy out of the south at around 15 to 20. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of around 41. It'll be slightly cooler tomorrow. Still breezy. Southeast winds gusting over 20 with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There it is, Rico, the Rico special.
Rico with the beats.
Rico trying to get people to bop and sea-walk a little bit. Hey, Rico that took that whole thing, getting the promotion too dang serious. He up there telling me he's his boss. Rico be the only boss to get thrown in the trash can. He be hold it up. He better check himself. You know what I mean? He end up in that freezer over there.
You can't throw my man Rico in the trash.
We throw him in the freezer like they did on that cruise. That person that died on that cruise, that lady's mad. They put him in the meat locker, put their husband in the meat locker. Yeah.
Like recently?
Yeah. Put him in. They got to keep him on ice, man. We out to sea.
Bro, stop playing with me, bro.
We in Fantasy Island. We ain't back, man.
Like Strick is right now?
Like Strick. Strick out there. No, he teamed it up like Tiger Woods somewhere. He got too much. He ain't got no time for us. But, okay, we got 2 sets of 4 Stars tickets. I'm going to tell you this, right? I had a really hard trivia question for everybody. Kenny Wilhite talked me off. He said, bro, I wasn't doing it right, so we're going to make it totally Nebraska related.
You trying to make it like at the SAT or the,
yeah,
or the
man,
ACT?
listen, it ain't free. You're going to see the Stars, man. They for real. We got 2 sets of 4. Omar Brown, who Kenny Wilhite said that most likely could start at strong safety, free safety, or whatever safety position, is from Minneapolis, Minnesota. For 2 sets, the first texters that text in, who are 2 other famous or notorious Minneapolis, Minnesota former Huskers. First 2 texts in, you get it. Courtesy of Kenny Wilhite. Thank him. He's out here giving out Christmas. He over there Santa Kenny. That's why the grandkids like it. Here come Santa Claus. I seen you shooting too. You got a nice little jumper. I see you, Kenny.
I told you still there.
Yeah.
He challenged me.
Hey, something you got to push him, but then you got to bump him though.
No, he was like, I bet you can't do better than me. I was like, come on, bro. This is like riding a bike.
Right.
He told me, you too old. I said, well, I'll show you old.
We'll see.
Then I'm doing it, and this old guy behind me goes, I see you. You kind of caught fire. I said, yeah, I did. I got that rhythm going. It was a wrap.
Hit that NBA jam on him.
Man, but the balls got stuck. You saw me reaching for the ball.
That NBA jam.
They got stuck on me. I'm like, oh, it still don't matter. I still got that rhythm going.
I hear you.
Who we got?
We ain't nobody on the text line.
Nobody texted
yet?
We
got Wet Blanket.
Wet Blanket got both. Wet Blanket, you can't do both. Wet Blanket, you got 4, and Drew Carr, you got the other one.
Drew doesn't need him. Drew run before and gave him away.
Oh, okay.
So his answer doesn't count.
And then Joey Bats got it.
They got him?
Nate Swift. Yeah, he representing. Yeah, you got it. JD Spellman and Nate Swift. Wet Blanket got both. He said Jay Foreman too, though. So it's all done. Text in your addresses. Right, Austin, you'll get a hold of them.
Yeah, they got to stop by the station, grab the tickets. So
yeah, 8 tickets, and we'll give away 2 more sets of 4 tomorrow. But the hot take right here, Kenny, before I hit the highway to flyway, I'm telling you this right now. Here's what I would do. Since we called up, we got Xavier Best back, and we got IGC back. Xavier Best played. I think he got dinged up. Text line, correct me if I'm wrong. IGC didn't play, right? But as I watched this 3-3-5 defense and perform, and saw some good things.
Mm-hmm.
There's one guy that I know because I know what he's made of. Now I don't know what type of shape he's in, and I don't know how it works because I don't know he might not be in school. But I'm gonna tell you one guy. Here's a hot take. One dude that will be sorely missed. Now Garrett Nelson's a given.
Yes,
I would advise Garrett to came back. I don't know why he didn't, but good luck to him, and he'll do well in the league. So I guess it's good choice. I'm always biased because I think Garrett could really meet his maximum.
Maximum potential next year.
The one guy that's going to be sorely missed, whether again, this is my hot takes are whether you like it or not. And it's the guy that the people didn't even thought of, just glossed over when he decided not to come back. This defense is tailor made for Colton. I call him Leon Feast.
My guy.
And here's why. The defense will get you on the move.
Mm-hmm.
He's a playmaker. He's a hustler to the ball. He's better at the point of attack than people give him credit for. And this defense is more tailor-made than the one that he played in.
He's very, very,
and he's savvy too.
I was going to say that. And he uses his hands well, and he's very savvy.
Right, he's very savvy,
and he's tough,
tough,
tougher than what people thought he was. So if you look at Colton Feast out of high school to the Colton Feast last year, total different guy.
Right, and that's a trick. That's a
total different to him. His work ethic. He was a walk-on
and buying into the weight
room and what he needed to do in order to get on the playing field.
Right.
That's a testament.
That's a
to
dude
him.
that I think will be sorely missed.
Yes, I totally agree with that. That's not a hot take with me.
He's an unsung hero.
Yes,
or unsung hero and leader. He's a guy that he's like I call him E.F. Hutton. When he talks, people listen. They don't say much.
Nope.
But when he talks, people will listen. I think he'd be a glue guy. And I always go back to the first time that I really started to study Nick Saban. And this is when he won a national championship. And I remember they had a guy, it was like he was an all-time pass rusher. And that Nick Saban said he's really good at running, the games. He was number 59 on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And they won it in the Sugar Bowl. And he never played it. He got like a cup of tea in the league. And this is when they had Cody. Remember Big Cody, 62? But 59 used to come in off the bench and cause havoc. But Nick Saban, he said he's one of my favorite players to have because he bought into a position and he made himself an All-American at that position. Not All-American in the, winning All-American, but he was so important to that defense that they had the big guys that were the run stuffers. This guy's job was to get everybody else in the backfield. But when he would run games, he would cause havoc. Ain't look like nothing. Wore number 59. So that lets me know he played on offense. Didn't get big enough to go play on offensive line. Barely big enough. He wasn't big enough to start. No gloves. Okay. Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No gloves, no tape, no nothing. I always tell them dudes they like Chad Kelsey. Chad Kelsey, I used to make fun of him. He used to come on with the toiletry bag. I said, dang, Chad, you just got a pair of underwear, some toothbrush, and toothpaste. That's it. Chad Kelsey showed up ready to play. Hey, I'm here to fight.
Really?
Right. No game. No, he had his headphones, his little CDs, toiletry bag. This is enough to do business.
On the road?
I'm here to do work. Most guys bring in bags upon bags. No, because guys will be bringing a PlayStation. No. I'm here to do business. And that's the way he was, and that's the way Colton Feast was. Sorely missed.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
My guy. Where's he from?
Yucatan.
No.
Utah.
No, Utah. There you go.
I knew it was something.
Utah finest.
Yeah. But I'm telling you what, though, if Colton Feast walked through here right now, even when he was playing, you'd be like, man, yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
He'd be like a dude you see at like the gym.
Like the gym. Oh, yeah.
But not knowing Saturday, he'd be wrecking havoc.
Wrecking shop.
Yeah.
My guy.
He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys. And there'll be, and you know what I would encourage guys on the team? Don't forget Colton Feast. Become Colton Feast.
Yes.
That's a good starting point.
Yes.
So all the guys that we talked about, young guys or guys that are getting opportunities, that's where a good starting spot for you.
Workature.
Yeah.
Same situation.
Yeah. I always call those guys, and you see them a lot in the NFL, where coaches make excuses. Yeah, but guys. Oh, man, you look at the preseason. Oh, man, he had 4 catches, 60. Yeah, but, he's a free agent. Yeah, he's 5 pounds underweight. Yeah, he don't look the part. Next game.
Same thing.
4 catches, 40 some yards, touchdown, and a special team tackle. Yeah, he didn't get blocked. Yeah, he slipped it. Yeah, he somehow, the guy fell on the double team. You keep making excuses, but they keep making plays.
Those two were the two.
Right. And so that's what but that's a great starting point for guys that have obviously more God-given talent and find a way to make a role that way. And then when you are thrown or thrust into a bigger role, you're prepared for it.
You're ready to go.
Because you never forgot where you came from.
Nope.
And those guys didn't have a choice because they were on the scout team, overlooked, beat up, and then had that intestinal fortitude to keep pushing because they believed in themselves. So when you are trying to get people to believe in your program, you get more Borkrichers and Feast and what's the dude from Miller South, Stinger.
But he's a scholarship guy.
But those are the guys you get.
Yes.
Along with the MJ Shermans and all those guys.
They can take your program.
They can take your program. And that's what, really, to be honest with you, on at first I'm not a PJ Fleck fan, but I definitely respect him by talking to him, met with him and stuff like that. One of the best moves he said he did was putting Blake Cashman on scholarship. Walk-on guy, a guy, came to Minnesota when he had other offers, but he wanted to prove that he was better than a couple of scholarship guys that they gave around the city. Started, played as a redshirted, played as especially as a redshirt freshman, started as a sophomore, started as a redshirt freshman in the season, and then started as a sophomore, had really good years. Here comes PJ Fleck, right? PJ Fleck told him, met with him, the first thing I'm going to do is put you on scholarship. 2-time captain, got Carter Coughlin to stay his senior year. Them two came in together, went out together. Blake ended up being all Big Ten. Ended up getting drafted. Been playing in the league going on 5 or 6 years. Homegrown, Eden Prairie's finest. Those guys right there can be glue guys. They're not going to be the guys that are going to be the selling you the tickets and be the guys, but those are the guys that are going to be bringing home the bacon. Those guys, I always call them, those are your hunters.
Yes.
Those are the guys that will hunt in the winter. Those are guys that are hunting the rain. Those guys that are pushed through hard times and make you go through it, because when they're telling you it, everybody knows they'd already been through it.
They'd already been through it.
So, but you know what? It's Colton's doing well and Nebraska do well, but I want to give him his props because I just thinking about that 3-3-5, thinking about different skill sets. It's so much. I mean, it's so much that left to be known. But I think as far as both sides of the ball, I feel like we need to touch on the quarterback next tomorrow, but that's gonna take an hour. That's gonna take an hour. There's gonna be people with their feelings hurt because I'm gonna tell you about 3 or 4 dudes y'all need to be getting in the portal. Whether you calling Dion, due to Iowa State, you better get in somewhere.
FCS.
Because I'll be saying, look, it ain't working out, bro.
Sure.
Okay, how long do you want this conversation to have? It's not gonna work.
Just one ball.
Nah, you ain't good enough. I love you. Unless you want to stay here and be throwing off cards, that's the way it is. Period.
Or putting the hat on with a headphone.
Because they just picked up that I call him the lucky walk-on from IMG, so he ready to play. Yeah, they got a walk-on from IMG on a humbug. I don't know where he was before, like Virginia or somewhere, right?
Woj? He was at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Freaky Lane got him right. Lane Kiffin. I've been knowing Lane since since he's been crashing cars up there, blaming it on everybody else. Lane, I love you, man. You all good with me. Lane. The one thing about Lane, he ain't changed a bit.
Nope, he ain't gonna change.
Lane been that way since 10 years old,
and he ain't gonna change.
Nah, he's the only dude I know. Quit the team, get a coaching job, quit coaching. His dad called him, and he still got a job. All the while supposed to be on scholarship. That means he kicked rocks on the scholarship, the paycheck, and the paycheck again, and still got a job. And 3 years later, he the head coach of the Raiders. Boy. Anyway, let's see. We got one texter. This is the whole problem with the thought process of Nebraska, always looking in the rearview mirror about people who can no longer help the program. Not really. I mean, this is just, this ain't the rearview mirror. Homeboy just got out the car. We can go turn around the block and pick him up.
He's got a good job. He reached out to me. He's got a good job.
Yeah, he's doing all right, man. Look, this is not about the thought. First of all, I'll just address the thought process in Nebraska. Been booty backwards long before we worry about Colton Feast. It ain't, and it does not have nothing to do with any players. The thought process on how, when Steve Peterson was here, how you were going to systematically roast and destroy the program is slowly but surely getting put back together. So this ain't nothing to do with Colton Feast.
Speaking of that thing on Friday night for Coach Solich.
Yeah.
Lovely. Loved it.
Frank, my man.
Frank, it was so great to see you.
We're gonna dive into Frank.
All the guys that came in to support.
I wasn't gonna miss Frank.
Man,
Frank could get me up out the house.
Yeah. He got me.
That's my dude.
He got me to stay around and drive to St. Louis.
Yeah.
I didn't get to St. Louis at 2:30 in the morning because I had to stay there to honor my man.
Look good too, man.
And he did look good.
Yeah. Big props to Frank. Big props to the Husker
Nebraska
football
Nation
program
for doing what they did.
Doing what they're doing. Well deserved, long overdue, but no time like the present. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with Roof Credit.
There's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. And at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
Marcus Satterfield describing Harburg as a runner.
Eric Crouch was at practice today. He's a little bit bigger than, Eric was.
There you go.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
I didn't do anything. He brought Eric Crouch
I know.
up
No,
out of
I know.
nowhere.
I'm talking to Satterfield. Don't do it.
Okay, yeah.
Don't do it. We've heard this before. We've heard comparisons to Husker greats before. Don't do it.
That's right.
Just don't. Just
Yeah,
avoid that
that
like
didn't
the
work
plague.
well, yeah. The Heisman guy over there, and he's bigger than him. So I
Yeah,
don't
this
know
guy won a
about that.
Heisman. This guy's bigger than him. He's got a super fight. This guy won a Heisman.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jay out of the building. Austin and Kenny here, finishing you off here on Old School. Jumped into a little NBA from last night. We almost had Chris Webber 2.0.
Man.
In the form of Steph Curry, Kenny.
One of the all-time greats.
Yeah, trying to trick it off just like that.
So, and like we said, nobody's perfect. He got caught up in the moment and panicked. Called a timeout when they don't have a timeout. If you saw Steve Kerr's reaction to that, and I'm like, what the heck? But team rallied around him, got the stop at the end of the game. When Harrison Barnes let it go, I just knew it was going to be a bucket because he's a former Warrior.
Yep.
And that's the only thing that came to my mind. He's going to hit this shot because he's a former Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It looked online.
It looked online,
clean.
but thank goodness he missed it. And Jay was right. He said the Warriors would go tie it up 2-2 and go back to Sacramento. So I owe Jay a Red Robin burger, and I'm a man of my word. So
And Jay will take you up on that.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
If I
oh,
know
yeah.
one thing about Jay, he is not letting you get out of that one.
But I mean that Kings team, that young nucleus that they have, they're going to be something to reckon with for a long time to come. De'Aaron Fox, and I told Jay this a while ago. He's problems, and I said he's played very, very good. And I made an excuse. I said when he cut his hair, he played even better. He's been playing even better since he got that low cut.
Yeah.
But no, he's balling. He's the engine of that team. He's the spark plug with that team. And again, hats off to Coach Brown. He's done a great job with that young team.
Yep.
Getting them to this point, getting them to buy into what he wants to get done. And Warriors are in. I think it's a given 7-game series. It's going to go 7.
Go back to Sacramento, then they'll go back to the Bay at least one more time with the series tied 2-2.
Warriors has to get the next one. I don't think they can go 7 because their play on the road has been bad.
So bad.
It's been bad.
Mm-hmm.
They have to get this next one. You know what I mean? Because Sacramento has nothing to lose now.
Not a thing.
You know, they know they can beat this team. They know they can beat this team at home. So the Warriors have to get the next one.
Absolutely. Just a couple minutes left here in the show. We still have some more Stars tickets to give away. At this point, if you're in the area, come by, pick them up. 7 to 5 puck drop. We got a set of 4 tickets to give away to you. Give us a fist bump when you get here. We'll give you 4 tickets to the Stars. Big thing to watch in this Kings Warrior series, De'Aaron Fox going to miss Game 5. He broke a finger on his shooting hand.
Ooh.
That's unfortunate because, Kenny, this is such a fun series, and you hate to see an injury like this play such a key role.
Now, we say, injuries are going to happen. And we always say next man up. But it's hard to replace what De'Aaron Fox has done for that team.
Malik Monk's not the same type of player.
He's not the same type of player.
Keegan Murray, not that type of player.
He just showed up last night.
For the first time.
He's been MIA. So, I mean, yesterday was his best game of the series. But, can he put 2 back-to-back games together? I don't know.
Okay, tonight's 2 games, Kenny, we'll finish with these. In the Eastern Conference, Miami just bullied Milwaukee in Game 3, but Giannis is back for the Bucks tonight, officially. Who do you got in Miami?
I'm gonna go Heat. I'm gonna step out there and go Heat.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Heat. They're at home. I'm gonna go Heat.
Jimmy Buckets has been fantastic so far this
Fell
postseason.
down, hit his hip, bounce back up, fell down, hit his hip, bounce back up.
Shrugged it off.
Tough player.
Dude.
Tough dude.
Absolutely. Fake tough Dylan Brooks will be playing for the Grizzlies against the Lakers tonight, but the Lakers lead that series 2-1. That series still in Los Angeles. Memphis bounce back, or do the Lakers go up 3-1, Kenny?
If Memphis start the game 1 of 30 again, they don't have a chance. But no, I'm gonna go Lakers. They're at home. I'm gonna go Lakers. Brooks has bit off more than he can chew.
He sure has.
So,
and he's not spitting it out. He's going to keep chewing.
He's going to, yeah.
Better or worse?
Better or worse. I'm going to go with the Lakers.
There we go. Kenny sees 2-3-1 series coming your way tonight with both under-seeded teams. They'll put a bow on Old School. Jay Foreman out. Kenny stepping in here. Ticket weeknights coming up next. Speed and Power. Megan in the building. Harrison on the board for you all night. We'll be back with you tomorrow on Old School 4 to 6. Sounds like Jay's going to be fired up about quarterbacks tomorrow.
Yes, he sounded like he says it's going to be an hour. Oh, Lord.
So look forward to that. Good thing we have a former quarterback in here to put Jay in his place.
Put Jay in his place.
Starts
Exactly.
spouting off.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it for Old School. Ticket weeknights come your way next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado